What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds, where today I've got some new vehicles here, guys, and one of them is a motorcycle. I had to have it. I got into a bidding war with somebody, and I probably paid more for it than I should have, but in the pictures, this thing looked almost perfect, and it was only $4,000 from Insurance Auto Auctions with a clean title. This is a 2013 Harley Davidson Softail Classic. So we got some new vehicles out here today, guys. I'm only missing one, and it is time. I got to get rid of several of these, actually. A few of them need to go in for paint. A few of them need a little bit more work. And the majority of them all need to be going down the road here really, really soon. So today, these are the ones that were delivered early this morning. And, well, here's the bike. 2013 Harley Davidson Heritage Softail with something like 22,000 miles on the odometer. And, you know, these bikes in relatively decent condition with this kind of mileage, 22,000 miles on the odometer, you can expect to pay somewhere around $10,000 for one of these bikes, guys. Not a bad deal for a bike. It's a good sized bike. It's got a 103, obviously fuel injected. It's air cooled. You get the saddlebags. There's supposed to be a windshield that you can put on and take off. It's supposed to be like a really easy, yeah, here's the rubber grommets for it right here. So you can put a windshield on this thing to help deflect the air away from you. Now, I'm going to tell you, in the pictures, I looked. I even went into high definition mode, and I zoomed in, looking for damage. Only damage I could find on this bike was this little turn signal right here. And I was like, oh, that's not a big deal. Looks like this piece probably just bolts on somewhere in the back. I'm sure it's got its own part number, and hell, it's probably the same as this one. So replace a little light and you're fine. I did notice the bag looks like it got, you know, so I thought maybe somebody just barely tap this thing on the back, and that was going to be it. Unfortunately, there's a catch. There's always a catch, guys. The first catch, I noticed there's no freaking keys. That's the first catch. I got no keys. If I remember correctly, it's supposed to have a key fob? I don't know. We don't do bikes on this channel very often. But one of the first things I look at when I get a new bike is the tires. And thankfully, this thing's got nice, even tread wear. The tire looks almost brand new. There's a date code somewhere on here. I don't know where. But, oh, here's some damage that I didn't see in the picture. Vance and Hines exhaust. She got laid down. She sure did. I thought maybe she did. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. Woo! Oh, yeah. Thank goodness this thing had the engine guards, man, because without these, all of this would have been wrecked. Looked like it even, we may have bent this peg a little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit of damage to it. The engine guard is no big deal to replace. So are these pegs, no big deal to replace. The main thing is, do we have brakes and does everything work? Well, it feels like we got brakes. Oh yeah, you can see it ate this up a little bit on the end of the brake handle there. Also on the handlebar, shaved that up a little bit. But it feels like we got brakes. Seems like the throttle still works. Rear brakes, feels like it works too, guys. I mean, it's not bad. There's a little bit of damage here too. It's a little scuffed up, like maybe some rocks. They might have went down in a gravel area or something. Some rocks got up on it. This light over here, it's got some scraping and some damage as well. Headlights, I feel like the headlight's pointing at the ground here. There's a big bolt hidden behind this cover that keeps this headlight up and down, so that's going to need to be readjusted. Fender, I don't know, it looks all right. Oh, we got a pretty good sized ding in the fender right there as well. So she's a little rougher, what the pictures showed, guys. Front tire also looks really new. Harley Davidson branded too. I've never had a Heritage Softail before. You know, it's not a huge bike, but it's definitely, here's a clutch. Clutch seems to work. It's definitely a little bigger, a little heavier than what I'm used to riding. But I had a Road King, and I didn't have too many problems riding that one. I love this aspect though. You got this clutch where you've got your forward here and your backward here. All right, so you can tow it here to go up a gear, and you can heel it here to go down a gear. That's nice. I also like the old school air cooled. You know, no radiator and hoses and fans, anything like that to contend with. Just pretty simple and basic design. But again, we run into a problem where I don't see any keys. Okay, so I didn't know they had this. I thought we were missing a key fob, but I saw this looked hinged. So all we need is the key. Oh, this thing's on. Oh, she's flashed. She's dead. She's dead. The battery's dead. And Harley Davidsons, they almost always put the batteries under the seat. There's usually like a clip or something that holds it, and then oh, are you kidding me? Okay. So, okay. So the back seat or the sissy bar or whatever is right here. There are screws missing because there should be a screw here to hold this on, and then there should be some bolts that go through both of these to hold them on here. Yeah. That's all missing. So somebody's definitely had this off already. There's a battery, as I figured. It's like a relatively easy battery to change. Oh, look at this. This is for a charger. So this will be nice. You know what we ought to do? We ought to try to get this into the shop. I did bring a booster pack with me because you guys know everything's always dead when you get it from the auction. Always dead. So let me grab the booster pack. But I guess first, tell me if you're excited about this 1997 Lexus LS400. Last of the Mohicans, man. This is probably, arguably, I would say, the best Lexus ever produced. Ever. I'm serious. Now, ignore the wheels, those are aftermarket, but aside from the wheels, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I bought this knowing this. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this car has been parked a long time. Even comes with a bullet hole. Wow, straight through. Looks like it went all the way too, man. Bullet hole straight through. The good old LS400. I'm not going to show you guys any more of it. I will tell you this. I won this car last week for $300 at the auction, at Insurance Auto Auctions. And this week, I was surprised when the auction came up and I got into a bidding war on this one too. This one is not a runner. This one doesn't do anything. But it was interesting that last week I won this car for $300. They declined the bid and they canceled it. This week, the car went for $1,000. I ended up bidding $1,000 on this car before they finally released it, which makes me think, is it possible that somebody went out to the auction, got this thing running, and that's why they were bidding so much on it, because they knew it runs? I didn't have time to go to the auction myself, so I have no idea. But I could be wrong. Somebody could have totally just screwed me. We still have an issue, though, where I see no keys to this. And normally, Insurance Auto Auctions, they stick the keys onto something, you know, like any of this. I don't see keys, guys. Or in the handlebar lock, maybe. Nope, no keys in there either. I see no keys. No keys, great. Saddlebags, these are easily removable. So if these are damaged beyond repair, it's really not that big a deal to find another set. Could probably get them on eBay. There is nothing in there. Great, so we don't have keys, right? There were keys in the picture. There were keys in the pictures. Wait. What is this? What is in here? Hold on. Oh, wow. Okay, there's the keys. And the bolts. Yep. We got the bolts. Oh, thank you. God, I thought the keys were. I was going to be so mad. Let's make sure these. Yeah. They do work. So, okay. So I see how it works. This locks it, and then if you want to just leave it unlocked, you don't have to leave your key in it. You just turn it, close it, and there you go. Okay. I still want to get this in the garage. It's like 93 degrees out here. I'm dying, guys. Dying. Let's get this in the shop where we can get a better look at it, see everything that's going on. Boy, they give you there's like no room to jumpstart this thing. Yep, go ahead, make noise, get pissed off. I don't care. Dang it. Sorry, guys, I'm bouncing you all over the place here. There's literally there's no room for me to get I guess we could do the ground up here. That would make sense. And then we could do the positive right here. We've got 8.4 volts. Come on, click. There we go. There's 12 volts. Let's turn on the ignition. There we go. Is it in neutral? I don't even know where it shows your gears. Uh-oh. I don't see neutral. And seems like transmission is stuck. Uh-oh. Wait, there's neutral. Hold on, I found it. Dang it, come on. There it is. There it is. And then there's your start button right there. There it is. Ooh, she sounds good. She sounds real good. Woo! It's a nice sounding exhaust right there, guys. This thing makes 95.5 horsepower at 3,000 RPM. She's a little bit of a ripper. A little bit. Look, we got the light working. And then there's supposed to be a... Here it is, right here. Spotlights. This is just for added safety at night. You could also call them like fog lights or whatever, but the switch is hidden back here to turn them on and off. Let's see if this thing is charging. 14 volts, yes sir. You can disconnect this. I'm gonna throw this in the saddlebag. I'm gonna put these seats on. We're gonna take this thing in the garage, just kind of give it a quick look over, make sure we don't have anything leaking out of it, and check the air pressure on the tires. And maybe we'll take this thing for a ride. I brought my riding gear today because I had a hunch about this one. Well, guys, I'm going to tell you something. This took a lot longer to get in the shop than it should have. Don't worry, that antifreeze ain't from the bike. Remember, it's air-cooled. This is from filling up the antifreeze jug on a different car. So, you know, I'm trying to figure out, is this really a good deal or not? I mean, $4,000, in my opinion, ain't bad. Not for what it is, 20,000 miles. I mean, it's probably moderate mileage. It's definitely not low mileage, but it's not high mileage either. 22,000 miles on a 2013. Like I said earlier, typically these things are around 10,000 bucks. I mean, sometimes you can find them for like 8, but you're not going to pay less than 8,000. And again, it's a clean title, but we got some things like the fender being damaged, the engine guard being damaged. I mean, the engine guard doesn't cost that much to replace. It's not that big a deal. The tank, unfortunately, they were hiding it. The tank is dented in right here as well. So that sucks, but the tank's got a dent in it. They had the cover, the lot information over it so you couldn't see it. Also realized pretty quickly the oil cap was missing. It looked like it might have been a little low on oil. I went ahead and put, the only thing I got is 1540. I know it takes 2050 full synthetic, but I put some Rotella T4. Probably about a quart in it to bring the level up. The level in this thing, it's a dry sump. And when it's not running, obviously the level is going to kind of go down as it starts feeding back down into the engine. But right after I shut it off, I mean, the level was like down to here, guys. So I brought the level up to about here. I just ordered a dipstick that should be here tomorrow. I'm not even sure if we can take this out for a ride today. Number one, it's getting late. Number two, I'm having a hell of a time figuring out the transmission on this. And go ahead and laugh at me like I'm not an experienced rider by any stretch of the imaginations, but I'm going to tell you this, like, I've had several Harleys, man, and getting to neutral is always a little bit tricky. But on this particular bike, good Lord have mercy, man. I've been having a hell of a time with this one. Plus, the battery's dead. I need to put the battery on charge and try to bring the battery back to life. So I'm really thinking maybe in this video we can take it up and down the street, and that's probably going to be it. I want to take it on the 10 mile. I brought all my gear. I got my Kevlar reinforced riding pants when they've got all the everything, man, for your thighs, your knees. They've got all the padding and everything. I got my jacket, which is an armored jacket. I've got my helmet. Don't know where my gloves are. I think they're here somewhere, but I've got everything I need to take this thing out for a ride. I just don't feel comfortable doing it today with a missing oil cap, because as you start getting into the revs on this engine, this thing's really going to start. You see the feed line and return line here? This stuff goes straight to the top, man, and it is just splashing oil everywhere. Now, I could try to throw something in here, but then you risk it getting oil logged and sucked down, and the last thing you want is a rag or paper towel sucked into your dry sump tank there. So basically, as much as I'd like to take it out for a real ride today, we're not going to be able to. We're not going to be able to. I kind of want to take the bags off too, because let's just be honest, this bag looks, it's going to look naked without them, but it looks pretty bad, guys. I had both turn signals on the back were busted. I replaced both of them. I checked my lights. I do have working brake lights. I now have working turn signals, front and back. Headlight seems to work. Unfortunately, part of my seat fell off. This holds the seat on. So seats, I should say. So now what we're going to have to do is whatever this module is right here. This is the engine control module, engine computer. It's on a little clip. We're going to have to get a pry tool. We're going to pop this out. We're going to have to put that piece back in here in the retainers to hold the seat back on. But I need to put the battery on charge anyway. I'd like to clean it up a little bit. This thing looks like it's been sitting outside for a long time. And I'll be the first one to tell you guys, I don't expect to go very far with this bike. Very rarely do I buy motorcycles on the channel. Just because you just don't know what you're getting, man. You don't know the service history. It's risky. It's really risky. But from the pictures, this bike looked really good. But I can tell you right now, this bike has been outside for a while. You can see there's rust starting on it in several places. All right, the heads have rust on top of them and everything. So I mean, it's been outside, which is fine. It still presents well. It's still an overall nice looking bike. You put some new saddlebags on it and clean it up. It is absolutely filthy, but clean it up and maybe give it an oil change, you know, and a new engine bar. The exhaust being scraped, I could deal with that. But this has all got these pegs. These are cruising pegs. I don't care about those, so I probably wouldn't replace those. But I would absolutely replace this this engine guard here. The fender, you know, sucks. Easy to replace. But again, I don't know that I'd really want to mess with it, to be completely honest with you. I'd love to find a date code on these tires. Let me take a look at the tires real quick and try to figure out how old they are. I'm going to tell you something, guys. She cleans up pretty damn nice. I mean, obviously she ain't perfect and she's still got the dings and everything in her, but I mean, just take a look at what it is now. Look at the chrome. I haven't even spent much time on this either, guys. I wish I could say that I spent a lot of time on it, but I really haven't. I've spent maybe 20 minutes with a little bit of speed shine. And I mean, just look at how she's coming. Look at this. Are you kidding me? I mean, I'm here to tell you guys, this is actually a good looking bike. I'm starting to actually kind of fall in love with it. And as I'm going through, because I'm hand detailing this whole thing, right? It doesn't take long to do a bike of this size. As I'm going through it, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, you know, changing the fender's not that big a deal. I bet I could find one. I bet I could find a fender on eBay, already in black, probably not with the same pinstriping, but, you know, I could find a black fender. How much is that going to cost? I don't know. I haven't looked yet, but I bet I could find one. And then I saw the gas tank. I was like, all right, it's got a little ding in the gas tank, you know, and of course it's got the custom pinstripe. We're probably not going to find one that looks like that, but I could probably find a black one. How much could that really cost? Probably a little bit, you know, and then it's like, well, and then the engine guard, and then replacing this light that got all banged up, and then replacing the backlights that got banged up. You know, if you keep on at that pace, you're going to spend as much money as you could have spent buying one that was, you know, not wrecked. Now, thankfully, like I said earlier, this is not a salvage title, okay? It wasn't an accident. Obviously, the rider ended up laying it down on this side, and the engine guard did its job. So there's really not that much damage aside from the leather saddlebag, the tank with the dent, the fender with the dent, and a broken light back here. I mean, in the big scheme of things for laying down a motorcycle, these are not big deals. All right, these are really not big deals. Oh yeah, and the little bit of scrape on the Vance and Hines exhaust there. This is really just, it's not that bad, assuming the bike rides like it's supposed to. We still don't know that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I rode it into the shop and I told you it took me forever to get it in here. It took me forever to get it in here. I don't know if it's got a problem with the transmission or it could just be inexperience. You know, I've never ridden one of these before. It could just be me. I'm crossing my fingers that it's me, because if there's a transmission problem, that could throw this whole thing out the window. Now, I still want to take it out for a little ride tonight. I obviously have it on charge. I wanted you to see the difference between before. This is what it looked like, all right? And after, and take a look at the difference from the left side over to the right side. All right, it really does clean up pretty nice, man. It could use a good polish and everything. It's a little rough. I don't think she's been properly cleaned in a long time. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to try to clean up the rest of this because I want it to look like this. You know, I had no idea the bike looked this good underneath. Oh, and the tires, I aired them up. 36 PSI on the front, 40 PSI on the back. They were very, very low. Maybe had been sitting for a little while. But the tires are date coded July of 2023. I believe. I can't remember. It's either 2022 or 2023. So these tires are relatively new. So I'm going to take probably another 20, 30 minutes. I'm going to clean this up. I'm tempted to take the bags off just because they're in bad shape, but they're still functional. And I want to take a booster pack with me just in case we were to break down on the side of the road and the battery is obviously not charged. We'll probably leave the bags on for now. Let me finish giving it a quick wipe down. I'll put this thing back together, and hopefully we can take it for just a quick ride around the block. At least make sure we have, you know, the first 2, maybe 3 gears. All right, guys, what do you think? I think she came out damn nice. For 4,000 bucks, as long as it goes down the road, I ain't gonna have any complaints. I told you, I'm a little sketched out about the transmission, though. I think it's time. I've had this battery on charge for a while. It looks like it's crept up pretty good. Hopefully that's enough to start it. So I think, and I put these little screws back in here so I can put the seats back on. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up. We'll see if it'll start without the jump pack on it. Hopefully it does. And then I'll leave it running and put the seats on. I also want you to hear this exhaust. Exhaust is crazy. Let's see, ignition. And let me hold in the clutch and start. Oh, got to turn on the run right there, and then there we go. There we go. Let's take this off. Good luck hearing me. Let's move this over. I want you to just take a listen to this exhaust real quick. Sounds pretty good, guys. Sounds real good. So, I believe this big old seat goes on first. Kind of slides in there like this, and you put these on to hold the main seat in place. And then the passenger seat slides onto these grooves right here and then screws onto the back. There we go. Make sure this is nice and tight. We're going to take her out for a quick ride, guys. I could probably do without the passenger seat. We'll go ahead and put it on anyway, just for good measure. Hopefully this way my butt doesn't slide off or anything. There we go. Slides down like that. Got a little screw back here. We'll just kind of hand tighten it for now. We're not too worried about it. Like I said, we're only going around the corner. Just try out the transmission. I think there's supposed to be a light there. I'm certain there's supposed to be a bulb in there. That's not working. Yeah, it's supposed to be a bulb here too. That ain't working either, but we got our front lights, parking lights, turn signals. We got both mirrors, and the bike honestly doesn't look half bad, guys. I'm gonna throw my booster pack in here. I already aired up the tires, added a little bit of oil just for safety. I don't see any reason why we can't take it out for just a little ride, see how it does. Now, I'll be the first to admit, I don't have all my riding gear on. But I figure we're just going up and down the street. I'll probably put my jacket on just to be safe. But I do have the helmet. I have not worn this in a long time. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. All right, let's let these cars go by. should be in first gear, although the bike isn't saying anything about me being in first gear. Yeah, we're in first gear. Brake check. Brakes are good. Everything seems to be all right. All right, well. These are slippery rocks here. Second. Third. Fourth, we got gears. We do, we got gears, guys. I'll be damned, we got gears. It sounds good, guys. I ain't gonna lie. He sounds real good. Yeah, she rides great, man. She does. She rides like a dream. Trying to get my mirrors adjusted here so I can see everything perfectly. There we go. Yeah. Let me pull my visor down here. Oh, hell. You guys can't hear me if I do that. Good. Sounds real good. All right, guys, we're gonna turn her around. She rides great, guys. Handles like a big bike, like a cruiser. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is this is it, man. This is the video, the short drive ride on the 2013 Harley Davidson Heritage Softail that I picked up for $4,000 from Insurance Auto Auctions in Oklahoma City. I don't know, guys. Good deal, bad deal. I'm going to let you guys argue amongst yourselves in the comment section below because you guys seem to enjoy doing that. Drop your comments and tell me what you think. Was it a good deal? Do you think it was an okay deal? Was it a horrible deal? Honestly, I don't know. Like I said, most of these bikes in pretty decent average condition are going to run you about $10,000. So $4,000 with Vance and Hines exhaust. Did you hear that exhaust? Are you kidding me? Tires that are like brand new. It's got a few dings and a few scrapes, and it needs a little bit of work. But ain't nothing stopping you from riding it. You guys saw that, man. We just took it. I don't know. We didn't ride it far, a couple miles, but look at that. Adjust these lights. Get these lights adjusted for sure. Replace the bulbs. Replace that little lens on the back there. And hell, man, not bad at all. Now, again, I want to reiterate to you guys, this is not a salvage title, all right? I don't buy salvage title vehicles anymore, and I don't ever intend on buying salvage titles again. That doesn't mean you can't buy wrecked vehicles. Believe it or not, Copart and Insurance Auto Auctions both have vehicles with clean titles that have been wrecked. You can buy clean title vehicles that have been wrecked. They don't have to be salvaged. So that's what I'm focusing on now is if I do find something that's wrecked that I want to try to fix up, well, then it's going to have to be a clean title because that's just the way it is. Anyway, guys, I really enjoyed this bike ride. I have not been on a motorcycle in quite a while. I'm going to shut those extra lamps off. I'm probably going to run this thing into the garage, and I'm going to leave that battery on charge all night. The last thing I want is to end up stuck somewhere with a dead battery. So I'm going to take her back into the shop. I'm going to charge up that battery, and if it comes back to life, great. If not, we'll go buy one. Obviously, I've got to buy batteries for the Lexus. I'm certain that one's going to need a battery. The two cop cars are going to need batteries. This is probably going to need a battery, so we're going to have to go out on a battery run one of these days here soon.